Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the previous session, I have started discussing about purification of colloidal solutions by different processes or I can say methods. Well, among them, we have already completed two processes. One is dialysis, another one is electrodialysis. So well, what is the basic principle behind in those techniques? Say in dialysis, what we say here, separation or I can say removal of crystalloids takes place from colloidal solutions by means of diffusion through a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, well, similarly in electrodialysis, what happens in electrodialysis? Diffusion of ions takes place through semi-permeable membrane and they migrate towards, okay, respective electrodes. Well, now in this session I'm going to continue the remaining part, that is the continuous part, purification of colloidal solution itself. So here in this session we are going to discuss the one more technique by which it is possible to purify colloid, that is ultrafiltration. Okay, first in Kalti we know, first one we studied about dialysis. Okay, dialysis, and the second one we studied about electrodialysis. Now the third one is ultrafiltration. Well, what is ultrafiltration? Yes, it is also one of the process or I can say method by which it is possible to purify a colloidal solution. So we say it is also process of separating. So ultrafiltration is nothing but, yes, it is also one of the method of purifying a colloidal solution. So we say the process of separating the colloidal particles, the process of separating the colloidal particles from what? From solvent. Okay, from solvent and soluble solutes present. Okay, so two things, we are having an impure colloidal solution. It contains colloidal particles. Okay, it has colloidal particles plus it has solvent, it has a solvent plus it also contains some soluble impurities. Okay, now with help of ultrafiltration, what we are doing, we are going to separate this mixture into two parts. One part contains only colloidal particles and the rest of the part contains solvent and soluble impurities. Yes, how we are going to separate? Yes, it is the process. So with the help of ultrafiltration, what we are doing, we are going to separate colloidal particles from what? From solvent molecules as well as soluble impurities present in a colloidal solution. How? By specially prepared filters. ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ultra filtration ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so in this technique we are using a specially prepared filters. Therefore we say ultra filtration. And how, what is the, okay, speciality of these specially prepared filters means, say, which is permeable to all substances. Those ultra filters, or I can say specially prepared filter papers or filters, they are permeable to all substances except colloidal particles, which means when this mixture impure colloidal solution is passed through what? Ultra filters. When passed through ultrafilters, all solvent molecules will be passed through that membrane or I can say filter. All soluble impurities also pass through that membrane except what? Except colloidal particles, which means, say, colloidal particles remain on the filter paper. So colloidal particles remain on the filter paper. But what about solvent? Yes, solvent passes through that filter paper. Okay, solvent molecules passes. And even if you consider soluble impurities also pass through these ultra filters, we can say specially prepared papers. So with the help of this, what we are doing, we are going to separate colloidal particles from what? From solvent molecules as well as soluble impurities. So therefore we consider it is also one of the purification method or a process by which it is possible to purify a colloid. Just I go through the statement. What is that? Yes, ultrafiltration is nothing but, yes, it is the process of separating colloidal particles from, okay, solvent and soluble solutes present in a colloidal solution by means of, or I can say by using specially prepared filter papers, which is permeable to all substances except colloidal particles. So it is the basis for ultrafiltration. Well, now here we have said specially prepared filters. Is what it is, specially prepared filters. Yes, this specially prepared means, just to understand it, just go through the analogy to understand what is meaning of specially prepared filters. Now we know the ordinary filter papers. So we have taken a vessel having opening at the bottom. Okay. Well, now here we are using an ordinary filter paper. Ordinary. So whatever the filter paper we are using, it is an ordinary filter paper. Okay. Well, say consider tissue paper, ordinary filter paper. So when we pass a colloidal solution, that is impure colloidal solution, yes, what are all present here? There will be small particles, the larger one, so particles, or I can say colloidal particles, and even there will be crystalloids, that is impurities present, and even solvent present. Say when these impure colloidal particles are poured on the what type of filter paper? Ordinary filter paper. So what happens? Say colloidal particles can pass through ordinary filter paper because the pores are too large. So whenever if I consider pore size here, the pore size is larger. Therefore what happens? All this mixture, even colloidal particles pass through the ordinary filter paper, crystalloids also pass through the ordinary filter paper, even solvent molecules also pass through filter paper, which means what happens here? Are you going to separate them? No, separation is not possible, which means say when we pass the impure colloidal solution through ordinary filter paper, what happens? All particles, that ordinary filter paper is permeable to all type of particles, that is permeable to colloidal particles, permeable to crystalloids, and permeable to solvent particles. Therefore, we won't achieve any purification here. Okay. Well, on the other hand, if you use specially prepared filters, as we said, say in case of ordinary filter paper, what is the drawback? Here, pore size is large. They are going to have a larger pore size. Well, then can we reduce the pore size? Yes, it is possible. It is possible to reduce the pore size of a ordinary filter paper. Yes, how the pores of a filter paper can be reduced in size. Means the size of these pores can be reduced. How? By impregnating with a collodion solution. Please remember the name, collodion solution. Yes, what is this collodion solution? Yes, collodion solution is nothing but it is a 4%. Please remember this concept. So collodion is nothing but, yes, collodion is a, what it is? It is a 4% solution of nitrocellulose. 4% solution of nitrocellulose, which is prepared in a mixture of alcohol and ether. Yes, what is collodion? 4% solution of nitrocellulose in a mixture of alcohol and ether. Okay, 50-50. 50% alcohol, 50% ether. Yes, so what we can do when ordinary filter paper is impregnated with collodion solution, yes, it is possible to reduce the pore size. So now we can say here how pore size of an ordinary filter paper can be reduced. How? Ordinary filter paper, when impregnated with collodion solution, we can reduce the pore size. Further, what is important to be remembered here? Collodion. What is collodion? Collodion is a 4% solution of nitrocellulose. Okay, 4% solution of nitrocellulose, which is prepared in a mixture of alcohol and ether. Yes, now which means say here, say collodion solution, it is a 4% solution of nitrocellulose which is prepared in a mixture of alcohol and ether. Say now this ordinary filter paper can be converted into ultra filter paper. It is specially prepared filter paper. How we can convert? Yes, simply by following these three steps. Okay, by following these three steps, an ordinary filter paper can be converted into ultra filter paper. Okay, ultra filter paper. Yes, what you have to do? First thing, we have to soak the ordinary filter paper in a colloidal solution. So first point, what is it is? Soaking the filter paper in a colloidal solution. So we have to soak the ordinary filter paper in a colloidal solution. Once soaked, what you have to do? Hardening the soaked filter paper with the formaldehyde solution. Means first you have to dip the ordinary filter paper in a colloidal solution, followed by the same filter paper is immersed in a formaldehyde solution. What is it is? It's a 40% formaldehyde, aqueous, volume by volume, 40% volume by volume formaldehyde solutions. So what happens is going to get the stiffness. The soaked filter paper, when placed in a 40% formaldehyde, it gives the stiffness for a filter paper. So once it is okay, hardening is done, then finally that ordinary filter paper, first it is soaked, then it is hardened with the formaldehyde solution, then finally it should be dried. So on drying, what happens? There will be reduction in the size. Okay, the size of pore size will be reduced to a greater extent, which means that ordinary filter paper is converted into ultra filter paper. Okay, well, so just what we said, first we have to soak it. Okay, then further it is hardened with the formaldehyde solution and is dried, so that ordinary filter paper will be get converted into an ultra filter paper. Now if you use the ultra filter paper, say if you use the ultra filter paper, what happens? This ultra filter paper is permeable for only solvent molecules and crystalloids. If you use ultra filter paper, say which is permeable for solvent molecules, okay, as well as solvent molecules as well as crystalloids. Okay, but what about colloidal particles? Okay, colloidal particles, yes, it is not permeable. So solvent molecules pass through filter paper, and even crystalloids also pass through ultrafilter paper, but not colloidal particles. Which means during filtration, we have to do, so instead of using an ordinary filter, if we use an ultrafilter paper. Now, so earlier what I shown, so we have used an ordinary filter paper. So when impure colloidal solution is poured on it, what happened? All particles passes through that ordinary filter paper. Now we are using an ultra filter paper. Yes, when that impure colloidal sol, so containing sol particles, okay, crystalloids, and here a suction or I can say gas applies used to enhance the filterability. Say to speed up the process, a pressure or suction is applied. Yes, when we apply gas, when we apply pressure on the surface of this liquid, filtration can be enhanced. So when we use ultrafilter papers, now look at the diagram here. Only crystalloids and solvent molecules, say crystalloids and solvent molecules, are passed through that ultrafilter paper, but not the colloidal particles, or I can say sol particles. They remain on the upper surface itself, but crystalloids and what is another particle? Solvent molecules. They pass through this membrane, so that we have achieved a separation here, which means we purified an impure colloidal sol. So it is regarding ultrafiltration. Okay, I hope you got the. Well, coming to the MCQ, say ultrafiltration is carried out by, or I can say is carried by. Say first one, ordinary filters. By using ordinary filter, can we carry out the ultrafiltration? Second, yes, specially prepared filter papers. Third one, both ordinary as well as specially prepared. And the fourth, none of these. Yes, what is the answer? To carry out ultrafiltration, what type of filter papers are needed? Specially prepared filter papers are needed. Specially prepared, or even we can say ultra filter papers are needed for ultrafiltration. Okay, yes, what is the answer here? Yes, specially prepared filter papers is the answer. Okay, well, so with this, I'm going to conclude about this session. Again, in the next session, we continue the rest of the part. Okay, thank you. Be safe.
Yeah.